What is up with these gig companies stealing our tips? These are our tips, executives, right? We've earned them. And you use our tips, our hard labor to enrich in your company. Shame on you. Shame on Jeff Bezos. Amazon will pay gig workers 61.7 million for stealing tips, probably way higher, right? That's just the settlement amount. A Federal Trade Commission investigation found that Amazon baited drivers with promised earnings and then secretly slashed wages by pocketing tips. Who comes up with these disgusting plans? Why are we working for companies like this? It blows my mind. So I hope you guys are going to join the world's largest online strike on April the 1st at 10 a.m. called the Gig Alliance, along with essential workers, right? We cannot tolerate this BS. This is too much, right? Amazon has agreed to pay 61.7 million to settle allegations that it stole its Amazon Flex drivers' tips over a 2.5-year period. The Federal Trade Commission said on Tuesday today the FTC is sanctioning Amazon.com for expanding its business empire by cheating its workers. I hope those sanctions run into the hundreds of millions, right? FTC Commissioner Rohit Chopra wrote in a statement, Amazon stole nearly 1/3 of drivers' tips to pad its own bottom line. Jeff, dude, you have enough money. What the hell's going on inside of your head? Right? Have you been ordering too much tequila on Drizzly, the alcohol app? What's going on, Jeff? So the 61.7 million represents the total amount that Amazon allegedly withheld until it became aware of an investigation by a Federal Trade Commission in 2019. So they paid the full amount, my mistake. While we disagree that the historical way we reported pay to drivers was unclear, we added additional clarity in 2019 and are pleased to put this matter behind us. Yeah, I'm sure you are. You can't sugarcoat that, Deborah Bass. An Amazon spokesman told Motherboard, Flex delivery partners play an important role in serving customers every day, which is why they earn among the best in the industry at over $25 per hour on average. Amazon Flex drivers who are independent contractors deliver packages and groceries for Amazon and Whole Foods in more than 50 cities. As independent contractors, workers provide their own vehicles and do not receive healthcare benefits, sick pay, overtime pay, workers' compensation, or other benefits guaranteed to Amazon employees. When Amazon launched its Flex program in 2016, the company regularly advertised that independent contractors who deliver packages in its Flex program would receive 100% of the tips. It's complete bait and switch. They earned and would be paid between $18 and $25 an hour, according to the FTC complaint. But shortly after it launched, Amazon quietly changed course and began slashing its payments to drivers and cutting into their tips to make it appear as if it was still paying the promised hourly rate. Can you frickin' believe that? Can you believe that? And Jeff Bezos signed off on this. It wasn't done behind his back. He knew about this. This is how the scoundrel makes money. I'm blown away. Jeff, I mean, how can you sleep at night? You're a complete shyster. That's what you are. This theft did not go unnoticed by Amazon's drivers, many of whom expressed anger and confusion to the company, Chopra wrote, but rather than coming clean, Amazon took elaborate steps to mislead its drivers and conceal its theft, covering it up, right? Sending them canned responses that repeated the company's lies. Today, the FTC is sanctioning Amazon for stealing delivery drivers' tips to pad its own bottom line. In its years-long scheme, Amazon baited drivers with earnings promises, but then siphoned tips and slashed wages, pocketing over $60 million in the process. According to the FTC complaint, drivers who complained about their earnings received formulaic email responses falsely asserting that Amazon had continued to pay drivers 100% of their tips. Amazon used this model until 2019, when the company received notices of the FTC's investigation. At that time, it began to give drivers a breakdown of both their pay and tips. In addition to the $61,710,583 Amazon must pay to compensate shorter drivers. The company will be prohibited from misleading drivers about their expected pay, the percentage of their tips that will go to them, and what qualifies as a tip. If you do have a tip to share about Amazon Flex, you can send it to lauren.gurley@advice.com. Last year, Motherboard reported that Amazon was running a social media monitoring program to spy on the private social media groups of its Amazon Flex drivers in the United States and Europe and collect data on their posts. The company promised to discontinue the program following Motherboard's report, right? So they came to some agreement with Motherboard, right? Because they obviously don't want them to disclose that type of information or continue to investigate them. Amazon isn't the first tech company to come under heat for pocketing its gig workers tips. They would maybe the most profitable last year, the food delivery platform DoorDash. We called them out. They only paid a $2.5 million to settle a lawsuit alleging that it had stolen drivers' tips and misled customers to believe their tip money was going to drivers, and Instacart also. So, I mean, this is like rampant in the gig company. These are our tips, executives. Do you understand that, Apurva Mehta? Do you understand that, Tony Zhu? Do you understand that, Jeff Bezos? These are the tips of the drivers. Not your company's tips, not your tips, but the driver's tips. Hands off, right? Yes, and Instacart also came under federal scrutiny for its tipping policy. So let me know what you think. Huge shout out to my sponsor, Cova. In case any of these companies wrongfully deactivate you over a false report, out goes the legal protection from Legal Rideshare. These packages only start at $7 a month, and you get 1 month free with the link below. Please comment on this, and circulate this. We got to shame these people. Please retweet this post, drop it in Facebook pages, so all these companies are put on notice. This is unacceptable. And join us on the 1st of April, 10 a.m. for the largest essential and gig worker strike in the world, which will take place in Zoom rooms throughout cities around the globe. Have a great day.